I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, 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 but you don't flip. Chop, 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 but you don't flip. Chop, chop, chop.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back. And I said, welcome back to yet another video. Alright, y'all, I'm outside with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside in the backyard with it. And I'm in the mood to make some content. So, let's get into it. So, when I was growing up, right, I've always kind of had the need to kind of like, I didn't want nobody to be disappointed in me. I didn't really want anybody disappointing me in any type of way, shape, or form. I desperately wanted to make everybody happy. And when it comes to trying to make everybody happy, you kind of end up not really pleasing yourself or pleasing anybody for that matter. Um, I had problems with I had problems with confrontation, with telling people how I really felt about anything. Really, like if something was bothering me, right? You feel me? And a person was doing something, not serious or nothing, but it was bothering me in a way. I would just let it happen, and they'd be like, "Sean, what's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Oh, nothing." Even though something really was wrong, I would just be like, "Nothing. Nothing is the matter. Nothing is the issue at the moment. It's just, it is what it is." You feel me? I kind of just took the L and just kept it moving. Um, when it comes to confrontation, I guess I was always kind of afraid of the backlash I would receive if I actually stood up for myself, right? I was always kind of afraid of that backlash. Like now somebody's really irritated me and I don't know how to deal with this, right? I remember one time, right up the street, right, you feel me? Maybe like around 2014, I was like 13, 14, we was kids around that time, me and the boys around the block. And I remember, right, I really remember this, right? This one guy, my friend at the time, he's still my friend, shout out to him. He was sitting down, and what was he doing? He was actually, being rude to me, being belligerent, and I stood up for myself. I said, "No, da 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 da. This is how I feel. Shut up. Stop talking to me like that." You feel me? Just standing up for myself. And then another one of my friends, who was my neighbor, by the way, had ended up walking up, right, and was looking at me, and he took up for him. He took up for him. He was like, "Sean, no, you shut up. You stop talking." And then he proceeded to threaten me after. You know how it would be. I'll beat your ass, whatever. You feel me? And just threaten me. And I remember being so in shock. I remember at that time, I was so shocked. I was just distraught. I'm like, I really finally stood up for myself. I stood up for myself, right? I stood up for myself. And I'm somehow still getting kicked down, being humble. I'm somehow still being just not being taken serious. I still have to suffer, quote unquote, suffer with what I'm going through, right? When it comes to confrontation and this, that, and the third. I finally, you know what I'm saying, I finally get over that, and somebody else defends the person that's bothering me. Never understood that. I remember I thought about that night for a long time, right? That night really kind of made me feel helpless. It made me feel kind of just like very unfortunate, right? And that was I mean, all that was years ago. We were kids, right? We were kids. You feel me? I love everybody around here, but that was a long time ago. But it really affected me for a little minute. It really did. I finally defended myself, and I'm still the issue. Crazy. Yeah, I always struggle with defending myself. I always struggle with standing up for myself. I always struggled with a lot of that eternally because I didn't want anybody to get mad at me or all that BS, all that BS. And that was just an example of why I guess turned out the way I was. He never understood what that did to me, right? Bro never understood what that did to me. He never really did, but a lot of gnats. Sorry. But I had also meant to say this in a video, But on the outside looking in, right? People, dudes, they'll always be like, I don't like the way XYZ treats you. I don't like the way they talk to you. I don't like the way they interact with you. I want you to stand up for yourself. I don't like it. Just speak up for yourself. Say something. But part of me just would never do it. It's like I guess I just wanted the least amount of conflict as possible. Right? Like I said, I was a people pleaser. That was a big problem. I was worse at it back then. Terrible at it. I hated the fact that I couldn't find it in my chest to speak up for myself. Because there'll be times where I would try to fight back, but then people would try to gaslight me into thinking that I'm incorrect about everything. So some things I was, but some things I really wasn't. So. As I gotten older, I still have some anxiety, right? Some anxiety to when it comes to standing up for myself. Some anxiety to really kind of really say what's on my mind. And I struggle with that. I really still tend to struggle with that. Um, Say if something bothers me, right, and I'm debating, should I tell the person how I really feel? Let me tell you how I really be feeling. My heart starts racing. I start overthinking. I start debating in my own mind whether I should do it or whether I shouldn't, because I'm also afraid to hurt the other individual's feelings, right? That's just kind of me. That's kind of how I am now, right? I'm better at it now than I was back then. Back then, I wouldn't say anything at all. But now it's like I really want to tell people how I really feel. But sometimes now I still struggle with it. I still end up being like, hey, yo, dang, should I say something? Should I not? Should I really say something? Should I really say how I really truly feel? Or should I just let it go? Should I just let it go? Should I just let it be? But I will say this. One time at work, right? This one individual, right? She yelled at me very unnecessarily. It was something that shocked everybody. I remember this. She came in to work in a bad mood, you feel me? But yeah, that was awful how she treated me that day. What she said to me. It's very awful. Very just, you know what I'm saying? It irritated me, not gonna lie. I let it go at first, but then I do remember, right, later on, I eventually was like, should I say something? Should I say something? Should I really talk to her? Should I really tell her how I really feel? How I truly feel, right? Should I say what I really want to say? Should I really start the conversation? I don't know how she's gonna take it. I'm pretty sure she's gonna say, get out of my face, you feel me? Because she's in a bad mood. So it's like I don't want to bother her in a bad mood. I will overthink. I would think so much. Like I don't want conflict at all, right? Um, so I'm like, okay. I'm like, hello, XYZ, can I talk to you for a second? Right? I finally got that courage to ask her, could we talk? So then we talked, and then I told her about how that made me feel, right? How that really just didn't really help anything at all. It was actually over something very tiny, too, very tiny. You know what I mean? And I told her how I really felt. And she apologized. She was like, I'm sorry. That came off bad. I really do apologize. I really, really do apologize. You know what I'm saying? That didn't come off right. And I'm not gonna lie, after that, I just I felt something inside me that I was like, wow, that's incredible. I don't know. I felt something in my heart that day, and it really changed how I look at situations like that in the future. It really did. A simple conversation can go a long way. Telling somebody how you truly feel goes a long way. Honestly, it really does. It really goes a long way, and I'm glad I said something that day because after that, we've never had a single issue afterwards. I told the person how I really felt, and the conversation went by extremely smooth. I'm glad it went that way. I really am, and going forward, that's what I probably will do. Right? I'm gonna let stuff go. I'm not gonna let stuff. I'm not gonna let everything bother me or talk about everything because not everything needs is worth a big conversation. That not everything is worth that. Of course not. But for real things, you know what I mean, that really tend to get you down, something to get you frustrated, a simple conversation can go a long way. You feel me? It doesn't have to be about fighting. It doesn't have to be cussing out. It doesn't have to be this, that, and the third. But a simple conversation about understanding and where we disconnect can really go a long way. It really can't go no. Sometimes, don't get me wrong, it could really go nowhere. Like that. After that, you feel me? God was on my side at that point when, in terms of interacting with her. God was really on my side, and I appreciate Him for that. But yeah, simple conversation can go a long way when it comes to standing up for yourself. That's step one for me. It really is. I remember I used to have real problems with saying no to people. If I heard, when I heard, what's it called? You're too nice. That's a fact, right? I used to have a problem with saying no to people, but now saying no is actually easier than I thought it would be. Now I could just say, nah, I don't feel like doing that. Be straight up. Your piece is more important. You feel me? Your piece is extremely important. So yeah, and also when it comes to my dad, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be getting real just nervous when it comes to disagreeing with him about anything and telling him how I really feel about stuff. But nowadays, I can have a conversation with him now and not expect him to get mad about it. Step one, right? When it comes to a female that I be talking to, here and there. When it comes to disagreeing, I can have the conversation, and it's okay. I'm not talking about it. I'm just saying in general. So, I guess what I'm probably saying is this is my struggles with confrontation. I'm not good at that. I'm still not good at it. But I can say I've gotten better and I know how to interact. I know how to do it without trying to cuss anybody out or do the most like other people do, and other people have no problems with it. But now it's kind of like I get it. I get how it should go for me now. Because God knows I'm not the most confrontational type. God knows I'm not the one trying to be, belligerent or aggressive. God knows all of these things. And He finally kind of helped me open up and give conversations much better. Give conversations much better than a lot of other people will. But I'm talking to myself in circles, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. This is my journey through confrontation, telling people how I really feel. I still struggle with it from time to time, but I can say I've gotten much better. Um, so I hope y'all enjoyed it, and yeah, we got a mic. We got a mic now, and we're going crazy. And if y'all didn't hear me before, y'all definitely will hear me now. So yeah.